Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, today we will be showing you all the pros and the cons, the positives and the negatives of genetic engineering. So what is genetic engineering, you may be wondering? Well, genetic engineering is the modification of the genes in any given organism to change its genetic makeup in its genetic material. And there are many scientists who believe that this genetic modification is good, but there are many that believe it is bad. It can be used to get rid of diseases or put traits into children that you want to make your children more competitive or better, seemingly, to make them more perfect, you could say. So let's get into those main points. From the predetermined coin toss, the pro side will begin our debate.
Genetic engineering allows scientists to learn more about genetics because it gives us a closer look at genes and we can learn about how cells grow and develop.
It also helps us determine how genes are passed down from parent to offspring, and we can see what gene is defective.
Cons, your rebuttal?
It could go wrong. Because the technology is not safe yet, there is room for mistakes.
What's your next reason for it? Pros?
Because genetic engineering allows us to choose specific genes, we can choose desirable genes such as strength and intelligence to create the perfect baby.
I'm the perfect baby.
Can you top that, cons?
It may be used for the wrong reasons that are not disorders.
Like choosing a hair color or a strength to create the perfect baby. What else do you got, pros?
Genetic engineering includes screening of an embryo before it is fertilized.
Oh, it also helps us determine any harmful traits that are being passed down from parent to offspring before they,
What else do you have up your sleeve, cons?
Children will not be able to consent to being genetically modified.
And it would take away any control that the child would have of being who they would want to be. What do you have to say about that, pros?
Parents already have control over their children and will influence them later in life.
One aspect of that is they can control the genes of their children through genetic engineering.
Got anything new, cons? The gene pool will be destroyed.
There will be less genetic variation because inheritance will stop.
Last one, pros, make it count.
In addition to choosing desirable traits, parents can also choose not to implant negative genes into their children.
This will ensure that parents will get to ensure a safe environment for their children, increase their lifespan.
What do you have to say about that, cons? Genetic modification could cause more bullying in schools.
The children that have not been genetically modified will be less talented than the others.
Any final words?
Say yes to genetic engineering.
Say no to genetic engineering.
Want to fight?
Just to reiterate those main points that we talked about, the pro points were that there is a better understanding for genetics for scientists, which can help prevent diseases and increase lifespan of us humans, which can also make the entire human race smarter and have the better traits. And they also think it's not wrong because the parents control their children in other ways, and it would also lead to less inherited bad conditions, which would just make the human race better. The con points was that the technology has not been completely brought to fruition, so there's a lot of mistakes that can happen, and it can also be misused to create the perfect children instead of just preventing bad disorders. And it will also change the gene pool entirely, creating less genetic variation in our species, which is not going to be good, and also creating a rift between children who have and have not been genetically altered and making the non-genetically altered children unable to compete with the genetically altered ones. And there's also that the child cannot consent to be genetically engineering, which is taking away their right to be who they were going to be naturally.
Because ready? Deep breath.
That's how we're going to start.
Can we go?
Yeah.
Because genetic engineering Go. In addition to choosing desirable traits, parents can also choose not to implant negative traits into their children.
This will also ensure that they will be very good when they grow up.